Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to be taking you through all the things you may have missed in the Moonlight Altar, which is a super secret area that you can only access when you are far enough along Ranni's questline. So if you don't currently have access to this area, make sure you go and watch my NPC questline video on Ranni the Witch so that you know how to get here. We'll also be quickly wrapping up two other areas that I haven't covered in other previous videos. And then coming up in a few days will be the next and final part of the Things You Missed series, before the DLC of course, and that will be the Mohgwyn Palace. So I meet you here now in the Lunar Estate ruins, currently taking out a load of Revenants and a Royal Revenant. Once you've cleared out this area and taken out all these enemies, there's a few minor bits of loot up here, but more importantly, you can come over to the Stone Sword Key statue to gain access to the dungeon below, and in this chest you'll find the Cerulean Amber Medallion +2. And as we're heading down, here's a screenshot of the map showing you exactly where this location is. The next thing we're going to do is actually head all the way to the other end of the Moonlight Altar, all the way in the northwest here, and just where I've placed this beacon on the map we will find another Evergaol, so I'll meet you there. In this Evergaol you'll be facing the Black Knife Ringleader Alecto. She is probably one of the hardest bosses in the game, and you are unable to use summons or spirit ashes. Combine that with the fact that I'm very underleveled because I just wanted to bring you this questline ASAP, makes this a nearly impossible boss fight for me. So I'm going to show you a way that you can cheese her, as you see me doing right now. This isn't foolproof, she can get out of this location, as you will see in just a second at the end of my first attempt. But you will see, as you come into this arena, walk a few steps forward to trigger Alecto, and as soon as she's spawned, sprint to the left and you can jump on top of this rock. Then all you need to do is bait out one of her attacks so that she will lunge towards you, and hopefully, if you get lucky, she'll fall behind this rock exactly where I've got her stuck now. Now you need to be very quick and position yourself between her and the rock so she can't get out. For some reason the AI is bugged, and this still hasn't been patched yet, so I don't think it will be, and she refuses to attack you until she's able to walk out of this location. So with you stood in her way, you can just hack away until all 18,000 or so of her health pool has been depleted. As I say, unfortunately right here she is able to wriggle free and one-shots me because she's that friggin' powerful. But during attempt number 2 it's going much more smoothly, and you see me now in the last few seconds of the boss fight, and also as I'm doing my victory dance you can then see a bit easier where exactly in the boss arena I am. And you will be rewarded with arguably the best summon in the game, Black Knife Tiche. I'm now going to spend some time going back to Round Table Hold and leveling her up a bit, and you'll then meet me here at the Gatefront Ruins, with her only at +3, absolutely wrecking this entire camp of knights with no issues at all. And bearing in mind, she is much more powerful against single enemies. She is a tank when it comes to boss fights. Her whole moveset, including the fact that she saps life because her blade is imbued with death, makes her so powerful against bosses over groups of minor enemies. So now that we've done that, I'll meet you back at the Moonlight Altar and we will try and tackle Glintstone Dragon Adula. Again, as I'm incredibly underleveled, I've had to use a really cheesy tactic, and I'll talk you through it super quickly in case you need to use it as well. You'll see here, as I go and aggro Adula, she is already almost nearly dead. So basically all I did was, by using various talismans, I min-maxed my stats so I could just about use Exeek's Decay. And hiding in this structure, I just spewed that at Adula until she was infected with Scarlet Rot, hid behind the pillars and waited for it to stop doing damage, rinse and repeat, and after 2 full cycles of Scarlet Rot, Adula was very nearly dead. So now I'm just doing a bit of hit and run tactics to try and finish her off. And after some very clutch moments, we do finally manage to take her down. We get 120,000 runes, 3 dragon hearts and a jeweler's moonblade. Now that we've done that, we're going to go back to some more ruins that are very near the Lunar Estate ruins and grab a load of juicy items. Just to the east, you'll see I've marked a beacon on the map here. I'm going to summon Black Knife Tiche, who is now plus 10, and she is basically going to solo this Revenant for me as I desperately try and stay alive. Oh my god, she is so powerful. I strongly suggest you take the time to come here, acquire her, and level her up. She will make your playthrough so damn fun. Anyway, now that we've done that, we can reveal this illusionary floor, go down the stairs, and grab 3 Smithing Stone 8. Now we're going to teleport back to the Moonlight Altar and head north into the Moonfolk ruins. In here is a load of the Wandering Noble sorcerers that will disappear after every single attack, so I'm just going to spend some time desperately trying to take them all down. And now that they're all dead, we can run around and grab all the very minor loot that they've dropped. But much more importantly, off to the south of the ruins, you can get a Rune Arc and a Golden Rune 9. At the top of these stairs and to the left is also a Magic Grease. And out the other way, you can find another illusionary floor. And in here is a chest with a Somber Smithing Stone 8. I meet you now just south of the Ringleader's Everjail, where we beat Alecto earlier. And we're going to hug the western cliffs and sprint all the way down here. You can ignore all the Crystallians and ignore the Red Wolf as well. None of them drop anything of note, and they don't even give you many runes. All you want to do is run to each of these 3 altars, grabbing yourself a total of 6 Smithing Stone 7 and 3 Smithing Stone 8. Hell yes! Lots and lots of juicy upgrade materials from here. Now just keep running south the way I am, and before long you'll find a site of grace just outside of a tower. Rest at this altar and then I'll talk you through the puzzle to get you into this tower. This is a very easy puzzle. You just need to seek 3 wise beasts, and what it really means is murder 3 spectral turtles. So let's go do that. The first one is right here on the edge of the cliff, right by the tower. So use any ranged ability you have to take out this one. Then we want to sprint all the way back up the edge of the cliff we just came down, and right near Alecto's Everjail, you will find this Spirit Spring. You just need to get the angle right and jump up the Spirit Spring so that your character will go through the turtle that you see here. Once you connect with it, it will die. Unfortunately, I got rudely interrupted by being summoned to help someone, so let me cut the footage here, and I'll meet you back here in just a second and show you the attempt where I do manage to take out the turtle, so that hopefully it can help you get the angle right as well. And there we go. Now we need to run all the way down to the southeast of this altar, just where I've marked here. Oh, and bearing in mind, you cannot use any sites of grace whilst doing this puzzle. Make sure you don't teleport anywhere, or it will reset the turtles. Once you've got them all, you can then teleport back to the tower. I didn't because I was paranoid that it would still reset them. But once you get here and take out the 3rd and final one, you're safe to teleport back to the tower and you'll be able to go in. So now that we're at the south on the edge of this cliff, just carefully hop down and you'll see the turtle just here. As I say, I'm now going to do a bit of platforming and traversing the terrain to get back to the tower, but feel free to teleport using the Site of Grace and I'll meet you there. Finally, work your way up the tower as normal, and you'll be rewarded with Ranni's Dark Moon, one of the most powerful spells in the game. A legendary sorcery symbolic of the Carian Queen herself, uses the caster as a vessel to incarnate a cold, dark moon and then send it floating towards foes. The Dark Moon also dispels all sorcery that it touches and temporarily reduces magic damage negation for those it strikes. So you can follow this up with something like the Comet Azure to do even more damage. That is every single thing in the Moonlight Altar. There's just 2 more things I'm going to show you now before we wrap up this video. So at this point, I'd just like to say, if you have enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and give the video a like, because it really helps YouTube to promote the channel to a wider audience, and thank you so much. I now meet you at the Godric the Grafted Site of Grace in Stormvale Castle. If you've been following the Things You Missed series in order, you will have completed the game by now. However, if you've come here specifically for this video, this bit may not be relevant to you, as the interaction that I'm about to show you is only available once you have defeated Morgott. So walk into the throne room and you will find Nefeli Lu, Kenneth Height and Gatekeeper Gostock. There are a few other steps to get them to this point, so I will cover them in full in another video where I do all 3 of their quest lines together for you. But the main thing you need to do is just help Kenneth at Fort Height, give Nefelilu the Stormhawk King, and defeat Morgoth. Then, when you come to this throne room, you'll receive an ancient dragon smithing stone from Nefeli, and Gatekeeper Gostock's inventory will have been expanded to include another ancient dragon smithing stone that you can buy for 20,000 runes. As I say, I'll cover this in full during their questline videos. I just wanted to stick it in here quickly so no one thought I'd missed it. Now I'm going to show you one final thing from way back near the start of the game that I have somehow missed throughout about 7 different playthroughs and hundreds of hours of playing this game. I meet you back in Liurnia, right near the south, and what you want to do is start at the Scenic Isle site of Grace and head directly south until you come to the entrance to the Lakeside Crystal Cave. I have no idea how I missed this cave for so long. I will skim through the cave itself because there is just many pathetically weak demi-human enemies. I'll call out the spear talisman that you can grab in this chest here, but at this point in the game, the rest of this cave is very underwhelming and there is no loot that we need to grab. The boss for the cave is a Bloodhound Knight, and ironically, as we got the Cerulean Amber Medallion +2 at the start of the video, the loot that he drops is the original Cerulean Amber Medallion, so you definitely don't need it at this point in the game. Now, the most important thing, and the thing I am absolutely devastated that I missed, is Latenna the Albinauric and her wolf, Lobo. Also, fuck yes, big props to FromSoft for putting Lobos Jr. in this game. I'm so happy that he got a wolf NPC named after him. How cool, so well deserved. Now that I've finished swooning over one of my favourite content creators, Latenna does have a whole questline that ends with you getting a Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, and she also has some very cool interactions. There are 1 or 2 areas where you can summon her near some dire wolves, and she will actually mount one of them and become a very powerful NPC. During this playthrough, I did miss her entire questline, but I wanted to call out where she is and where this shack is, just in case it's also something that you missed. And whilst we are here, we can also grab a rune arc from the ledge just up here. So that's it. Apart from the Mogwin Palace, which will be coming up very soon, we really now have covered every single thing in the whole of Elden Ring. I've got some incredibly amazing content planned for the near future, and now that this series is done, I'm so happy to be able to start bringing it to you. So, if you've been enjoying the content and you'd like to support the channel and help me to be able to continue doing this, then I just wanted to let you know that I do also have a Patreon, and for just a few dollars a month you can support the channel and also be rewarded with some juicy perks such as early access to videos and your name in the credits of every video to let everyone know how amazing you are. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.